Hey, what's up, guys? Eyes Open to California here. So today is Friday, December 19th, 2025. Well, I tried to make this video yesterday and it never came out right. So I was in the warehouse for a few hours, moving freight all over the place, but then we had a load that I had to take to our sister warehouse in Sacramento. So I had to take a big rig to run that other freight. While I was driving, it's probably like an hour and 15 minutes up, hour and 15 minutes back. It's not a very long trip, but during my drive, I tried to make this video the entire way up and the entire way back, and it never came out right. So, anyways, now I'm trying again today before I go into work. But now there's something different. There's something that I'm going to add to the to the beginning of this video. So I'm gonna try to not feel weird about what I'm about to say. So I just watched the video, and in this video, someone had a dream that they walked into a public restroom, and I'm not going to mention any names. They walked into a public restroom, and the toilets were overflowing with poop. There was poop just overflowing everywhere, and I believe they said that there was people sitting on the toilets doing their business with the door open, like just shamelessly. And there was a lion in the restroom just pacing back and forth. And in the dream, they got the impression that the lion wasn't evil, it was just dangerous. And they also said that they've dreamt that the Lord is the lion in some dreams, and in other dreams that the enemy is a lion. And you know what? I can vouch for that. That's true. I've dreamt that too. So anyways, I don't really know how to say this without feeling like a silly willy, but I was reading through the comments on that video, and nobody has any idea what they're talking about because nobody knows what poop means in a dream. So Hoyt actually commented on that person's video. But he and I are very shadow banned on YouTube. So the only way that people could see our comments is if they click on the comments filter that says newest first. That's how you find all the shadow banned heroes. All the people that are doing the most, the ones that are going against the status quo, we all get shadow banned. And the only way to see people's comments is to switch the filter from top comments to newest first. And then you'll see all the shadow banned heroes. But anyways, so Hoyt commented on this person's video. But it's very likely that they're not going to see it because I'm not really sure they know how to see shadow ban people's comments. But anyways, I want to tell you what poop means in a dream. So I guess one could say that this video is about poop. Dream poop, not real poop. So anyways, I want to bring up one more thing. A few weeks ago I had a dream. And in this dream, I was living in a new house, and my family was trying to move in with me. And they were like, "Oh, this is great, Uncle Rich, living with you, and all this and that and the other." And everybody's like, "Oh man, this is a great house, Rich. It's great that we're living together," something of this nature. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "You ain't moving in with me." In the dream, I was like, "Stop, no, and don't." Like, So, anyways, in the dream, I had the impression that I was like ousting them, like, "Get out of my house." But the one detail in the dream that I thought was weird, and I brought this out in the video, was that there was water up to my ankles in the dream. Everywhere I walked, I was sloshing through water. And the one detail that I didn't mention in that video I didn't mention one certain detail because I didn't want to hear anybody's poop about the detail. And the detail was poop. It was in that water that I was sloshing through that was ankle high and kind of room temperature. In that water was little turd nuggets, little poopy particles. And I know what that means, but nobody else knows what that means. So I omitted that detail because I didn't want to have to explain this 1,000 different ways from freaking Saturday, what it means. And so now that I saw that other video about the person that had the poop all over the bathroom or whatever, so in that dream, that person walked into the restroom and there was poop everywhere. And then they were like, I ain't going to poop up in here. So they left. And they didn't use the restroom. I know what that dream means. I'm going to tell you right now. So I read the comments on that video and I was like, what is everybody talking about? That is absolutely not what poop means in a dream. So now I'm going to tell you what poop means in a dream. I'm going to tell you the big mystery, in case you're wondering. If you've already turned off the video, I can't blame you, you know? But poop in a dream is a reference to money. Because money to God is poop. I'm trying to censor my language, but it's poop. When you dream of poop, you're dreaming of money. That's the reason the Lord said you can't love God and the demon over money. You can't love God and mammon, or you'll love one and hate the other, or you'll hate one and love the other. You can't love them both. So in order to like visually represent that, God shows people poop. That's what it means in a dream. If you have a dream that you have chorro and you have just poop just bursting out the seams of your clothes, that means God's telling you you're about to be filthy, stinking rich. And if you walk into a public restroom and there's poop all over the floor, but you don't poop in that restroom, that means that you're going to watch all kinds of people getting rich, and your finances are gonna remain the same. And that's basically what it means. So if you didn't know, now you know. This is not weird at all. So, okay. So now back to the video that I was trying to make yesterday. And I know after everything that I just said, it's gonna be kind of weird to say the next part, because the next part is serious as a heart attack. But I'm serious about that. Poop in a dream means money. Unless you ate too many cherries and God is telling you, yo, you might not want to be too far away from a toilet. But anyways, and if this is grossing you out, good. So now I want to tell you about the video that I was trying to make yesterday. Yesterday, something monumental happened. So anybody who has followed my channel for any length of time, you know that God has shown me two ways, two different fronts, if you will, for me to position myself on. And I have positioned myself accordingly. I've done exactly what God has shown me to do. I always do what God shows me to do. And I jump right on it. And I always try to do things to the best of my ability. If I see it in a dream, I try to do it to the best of my ability. So God showed me two ways that my finances are going to be blessed. Now there's more ways, but the other things depend on something else happening. Something monumental is going to happen. But anyways, there's two things that God showed me, two ways that God showed me to position myself, to get myself ready for my finances, my financial situation to change. And those two things are investing in this marijuana breathalyzer that I've been speaking about. And the other thing is investing in cryptocurrency, and more specifically XRP and XLM. God has shown me that those are the chosen ones. So before I go any further with this video, I have to issue my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. You pay your money, you take your chances. I'm telling you what God has shown me to do. God has shown Richard to position myself in these positions. And I have. I've done exactly as I was shown to do. So I'm just going to pass this information along, and you need to take it to prayer and ask God if it's for you. Because sometimes what's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander. And in this situation, I'm a goose. So it might not be for you, or it might be for you, but take it to prayer, ask God. Okay, so now something monumental happened yesterday. So I've been talking about this marijuana breathalyzer thing. And the stocks right now, I think they're like 37 cents each. But in a dream, I sold them for $600 each during the month of July of some unknown year. And God showed me the limit was 5,000 shares per person. So those are the specifications on what I'm talking about. The company is Cannabix Technologies. Cannabix with an X. Their stock symbol is BLOZF. Bravo Lima Oscar Zulu Fox. BLOZF. Cannabix Technologies. The personal limit is 5,000 shares. I'm going to sell them for $600 each during the month of July of some unknown year. So this company invented a marijuana breathalyzer. I've been speaking about this on a few videos, so I'm not going to go too much farther with it. And I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday, President Trump downgraded the classification, the drug schedule of marijuana. He dropped it 2 classifications. So it was like a Schedule 3, and now it's a Schedule 1. Or the opposite. I don't know how it works, how they do their scale, but they dropped it 2 classification categories. 2. This is monumental. Now, I don't know why he did this, but he didn't do it for no reason. And being that it's Donald Trump, it is absolutely related to money somewhere, somehow. Somewhere, somehow, there is some kind of industry out there that cannot operate with the higher schedule of marijuana. So it was dropped 2 categories. It was dropped 2 complete categories to like the lightest schedule drug. I can only imagine that this is going to be big business somewhere. Somewhere, somehow, some market opened up yesterday to generate more money. You're talking about Donald Trump. You're talking about someone who's addicted to money. Someone who worships the demon over money. The demon that's responsible for money, you can't worship God and mammon. So anyways, that's what happened yesterday. Now, I want to connect the dots in case you're not picking up what I'm putting down. This is just me speaking out loud. I've not been shown this. I'm just going to tell you something that may be a possibility. All right, so I have a commercial license. People who have a commercial license or others who drive for a living, they cannot, marijuana is prohibited. You cannot pop dirty on a piss test or you'll be fired, right? The only way, so drivers are subject to the federal motor carrier guidelines. And according to the feds, marijuana is prohibited. Now, the only way that it would not be prohibited for people who are subject to the federal motor carrier guidelines, the only way for people to be able to partake in marijuana is if at the federal level, marijuana's classification was changed. And it just changed yesterday. It was dropped 2 categories. So I'm not saying drivers are going to be able to smoke weed or eat edibles or whatever, or partake in the marijuana stuff. But what I'm saying is if there was ever a step 1 in that direction, step 1 happened yesterday with the reclassification of marijuana. So here's the way it ties to the breathalyzer. And I'm not saying this is the case. I'm saying it's possible. All I know is that right now those stocks are 37 cents each. And for some reason, they're going to shoot up to $600 each. Something monumental is going to change. And the only thing that can change it would be the law. Something is going to happen, and there's going to be a larger demand for detection of THCs in people. And THC, of course, what is it? Tetrahydrocannabinol or something? That is the psychedelic aspect of marijuana. So the breathalyzer tests for THCs in people, because when you partake in marijuana, you off-gas THCs in your breath. That's why they invented the breathalyzer. And the one they invented, it detects THCs in whether somebody smokes it or eats it. So anyways, something's going to happen. Something is going to happen, and the demand is going to go through the roof for detection of THCs in people, to detect if people are under the influence of marijuana. So what happened yesterday is monumental, because that would be step one for changing federal anything, would be the federal reclassification of marijuana, and it happened yesterday. So anyways, that company is Cannabix Technologies, stock symbol BLOZF. So anyways, that's what happened yesterday. Now, there's something else that God showed me. And this is not financial advice. You pay your money, you take your chances. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear anything. If the stock prices go down, or if crypto prices go down, I don't want to hear anything about it. You pay your money, you take your chances, talk to God. But I'll tell you this right now. I don't care if the stock of that company goes down to 10 cents or 1 cent. I own stock. I have the unit. I have stock. I don't care if it goes down to a penny. I don't care if it goes down to fractions of a penny. I know how many shares that I hold. And eventually those shares are going to be $600 each. So I don't care what the price looks like right now. I'm not tripping on that, because I'm in it for the long run, because God showed me this. And I'm all in. I don't care what happens to the market. I have my shares. If they go down to a penny, what's that to me? If they're going to be $600 later, no matter what, I don't care what it goes to right now. So anyways, someone asked me on one of my videos, hey, am I still holding my stocks in that company? And the answer is yes. The thought never crosses my mind, ever, to sell those stocks, because I'm committed to what God has shown me. God has shown me the financial plan, and I'm sticking to it. And the thought never crosses my mind to sell those stocks. So anyways, enough said about that. Now I want to move on to the other thing that God showed me. So God showed me that XRP, the cryptocurrency, is like the table, and I needed to buy the chairs. And so in another dream, I told somebody XRP is the table and XLM are the chairs. So God has shown me that those two are the chosen ones for crypto, for me. Take it to prayer. So I have been buying, and I don't have very much money. I'm just a regular dude making regular money. But I've been buying 1 XRP to 4 XLM, because my dinner table at home has 4 chairs. 1 table, 4 chairs. So I've been buying 1 XRP to 4 XLM. And Hoyt and I have been doing this since February. We've just been nickel and diming it as best we could, because, we got a gang of bills. So anyways, we're doing the best we can. And at some point in time, that crypto is going to explode. XRP is the big one. So I want to explain something that you may not know. So right now, crypto is tanking. Like it's being manipulated. The price is being manipulated to stay low, and it's crashing. But what is happening is that all the rich elites are this is being manipulated. This is being manipulated. They're shaking the tree to try to get the rest of the monkeys out. So when it comes to crypto, you have 2 different types of people. You have day traders and you have investors. Day traders are the ones that are like, I would liken it to like drug dealing kind of sort. I mean, not really, but like gambling. They buy low and they sell high. And then when the price drops again, they buy low again, they sell high, and they keep doing this. And this is what makes it confusing for people. But the day traders, they know what they're doing. But I am not a day trader. I'm not a gambler. I don't go to casinos and gamble. I don't do slot machines. I don't play cards. I don't do any of that. I don't bet on sports. I am not wired that way. I only do what God chose me to do, to the best of my ability. And I'm just not wired that way to be a gambler. If you're a gambler, I'm not trying to offend you. Do your thing. I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying, for me, it ain't for Richard. But God has shown me about crypto. And so I just buy it and I hold it. Because I know later down the road, each XRP coin is going to be worth a lot of money. I had a dream where I lost 2 of them and I was getting ready to jump off a bridge, and I am not suicidal by any means. Excuse me. So anyways, if losing 2 is going to be that big of a deal, why not have more than 2? So that was my thinking. So I just been kind of nickel and diming it. And right now the prices are down to like 190. And then XLM, which would be the chairs, it's down to like 22 cents each. So you could buy 1 table and 4 chairs for like less than $3. So anyways, that's what we've been doing, Hoyt and I. A little bit here, a little bit there. We don't really have a lot of money, but we just been trying to do that. So right now the prices are low. Very, very, very easy to pick up $20 worth of whatever. And this is not financial advice. You pay your money, you take your chances. I don't want to hear nothing. But here is the point of why I'm making this video. Because I don't care. I don't care what the price of XRP goes down to. If it goes down to a penny, you best believe I'm going to buy as many as I can. I might even call the landlord and be like, yo, I need you to apply my deposit to this month's rent and I'll get you back in a few weeks. So I could like really go all in on the penny XRP. But as the prices come down, I'm not tripping in any way, shape, or form because I'm an investor. I'm not a day trader. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me if XRP goes down to 1 penny. It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the amount of crypto that I hold in my bag. The price of the coin doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the amount of coins that I'm holding. Because I know at some point in time, each coin, each XRP is going to be worth so much that if a person was to lose 2 of them, they would be very, very, very upset. So knowing that, what difference does it make if it's $1.90, 50 cents, $3, $4, 1 penny? It doesn't matter. As long as you hold the coin, that coin is what you need to be holding. It doesn't matter what it's worth right now. Later on down the road, it's going to be worth hella. Like hella, for reals. So anyways, I wanted to make this video to tell you that there's been some monumental things going on. And this is the monumental thing that people may not know if you're not paying attention about crypto. Is 3 weeks ago, the banking system changed, right? Now everything is under this ISO 20022. But here's what people don't know is that XRP just got approved for the derivatives market. The derivatives market. It's not just going to be used by the banking system. It's not just for banking. XRP is going to be used for banking, for retirements, for real world assets. It's going to be used for the derivatives market. That is where the money is. You have no idea how monumental that is. XRP has been approved for the derivatives market. So anyways, that's what's happening. It's monumental. And I just want to throw out one last thing before I bring this video to a close because I got to go into work and start loading my truck. Because I'm en route tonight. There's one more thing. BlackRock has a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, with Ripple Labs. Ripple Labs is the company that created XRP. Now, why would BlackRock, the largest asset holding company in the world, why would BlackRock have a non-disclosure agreement with the XRP people if they weren't in talks with the XRP people? You don't sign contracts with people you're not doing stuff with. So anyways, if BlackRock launches their ETF, the price of XRP is going to go through the freaking roof. So anyways, that's what's happening right now. So this marijuana breathalyzer thing, the company is Cannabis Technologies, stock symbol BLOZF, currently trading at like 37 cents each. The recap is God showed me my limit was 5,000 shares. I was going to sell each share for $600 during the month of July of some unknown year. Hopefully it's this year or 2026. But anyways, that's one thing. The other thing God showed me was that XRP and XLM are like tables and chairs. Those are the chosen two. And so right now the prices are super, super cheap. You can pick them up for cheap. And if the prices continue to collapse, you can buy more coins for less money. It's great. But for the day traders, the tree is shaking and those monkeys are going to fall out of the tree. They're like, I'm out. I can't take a loss like this. But you're not losing. You still physically hold the coin. That coin is going to be worth hella later. Like, for reals, hella, like hella. But anyways, that's what's up with that. So to tie off this video, this is not financial advice. You pay your money, you take your chances. I'm just telling you how God had me get into position, right? And I'll tie this back to the way I opened up. There was little turd nuggets floating in the water in that new house that I had, which means that there was money. Like, I got money that I wasn't expecting. And then someone else had the dream that they walked into a public restroom and it was overflowing with poop. Poop means money in a dream. So in that dream, that person walked in and there were strangers were getting rich as they're pooping all over themselves. I'm trying to keep it together. As these strangers are just pooping all over the toilet and overflowing it. But the person themselves turned around and walked out and did not use the restroom at all, which means that they missed it. They missed that opportunity for the financial blessing. So anyways, his eyes open in California. This video's getting long. And to be quite honest with you, it kind of got really weird. Like, very weird. So I'm going to go now. So anyways, his eyes open in California. Thank you. God bless you. And I know the overtone of this video is kind of playful, but I'm serious. There's a wealth transfer coming. And everybody's talking about it. God keeps showing people wealth transfer, wealth transfer, wealth transfer. And they're making videos about the wealth transfer. But nobody is like nobody is sharing with people how. They're telling people the what is the wealth transfer, but they're not telling people the how. How do you capitalize on this? So anyways, I'm telling you how God had me position myself to capitalize on the wealth transfer. I'm telling you how God had me position myself. So you need to do your due diligence, do your homework, take it to prayer first, then do your homework and fact check what I'm saying. You'll see that what I'm saying is true. The opportunity is about to present itself, and a lot of people are going to miss the bus. Now, once again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You pay your money, you take your chances. If you buy some stock and it drops down to 10 cents, you're like, oh, I just lost some money. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You still hold the stock. You didn't lose nothing. The tree is just shaking. They're shaking the monkeys out of the tree. But I tell you what, this monkey over here, I got a death grip on that branch that I'm hanging on to. They ain't shaking me out of the tree. So anyways, his eyes open in California. Thank you. God bless you. And if you dream about poop, you're dreaming about money. And you can't worship God and mammon, or you'll love one and hate the other, or you'll hate one and love the other. And mammon is the demon over money. So thank you. God bless you.